Hello there, Internet. I am finally releasing this new segment. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I really think it's important to try and highlight yes moments, not just within music reviews, but also around the entertainment industry. And I've been really wanting to do this to just really point out what are the yes moments in entertainment and the and the no segments of entertainment. I'm trying to figure out how to really try and share this the first time I'm bringing this around. But this is essentially what it is. I try to find 5 entertainers that do amazing things within the realm of entertainment. Sometimes it could probably be something on a personal level or service oriented, but I'm going to try to stick to entertainment things. And the same goes for the no. If someone does something unsportsmanlike, something that's just crude, or even something that's just flat out bad, then they're gonna have a spot on the no slot. So, without further ado, actually before I do that, it kind of just reminds me of the top 10 yes and the top 10 no's that I did a few months ago with my pals around the end of the year. We're going to get better about doing awards like that and try and get more specific, but why not do a monthly segment and talk about the entertainers that actually brought some good and maybe some not so good entertainment throughout the year. So, with saying that, let's add some music to this, see how big the volume gets, and then we're going to get right into it. So, let's start. Ooh, too loud, too loud. There we go. I think you can hear me with this. I'm just gonna, be over here, closer to the microphone than usual. Let's lower that one more notch down. But yeah, I think we got the idea. Okay, so, as I said, let's finally do this. Without further ado, we're gonna get into the 5 best and 5 worst entertainers, the yes and no. Honorable mention, real quick, I did want to throw out Tony Hawk. He went around and in his car and was able to try and talk to kids, saying do a kickflip, and if they successfully did it, he basically handed out some free gear. That's just something I thought was kind of cool. Just something doing out for the skater community. That's pretty cool. But we're going to get into the very first yes moment of the year. Gotta start thinking about these things. Come on, don't just don't babble on. Sorry. First guest of the month of February 2021, Post Malone. Post Malone did a pretty interesting virtual concert for the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. It was all digital. It was a 3D animated experience, but you could tell that it wasn't like completely fabricated in just his own songs. It sounded like he was actually singing live. They had prepared it before. It may have been pre-recorded, but it was pretty interesting to see Post Malone actually go through with something like this. And it appears that Pokemon has plans to release more music from other mainstream artists, but it was cool to see that Post Malone did this first, and his animation was actually pretty well made out. Kicking it off to the first no, number 5, no. I have to give this to Cam Newton. Cam Newton, unfortunately, had an incident with a kid at one of the camps that he did. So there's a kid at his camp that gave him some grief. And the kid, the kid was kind of heckling him a little bit, saying that he's a free agent, so therefore he must not be all that he's cracked up to be. But the thing is, Cam Newton's also kind of to blame. He was trying to do the right thing, but his response wasn't really that great because basically his response was, "I'm rich." And he said that a couple of times, and there's just something was wrong in the way that he said that. It just comes off as arrogant. It's not that all that it's cracked up to be right there. So, I mean, the kid himself was definitely being worse than Cam, but I have to give Cam the spot, not the kid, because the kid's not technically an entertainer in this regard. I'm going to go with the fourth no instead of the yes. I'm going to go back, stick with the no. Draymond Green. Draymond Green kind of gave this weird rant at one of the press conferences after a game, saying that management isn't really getting all that much to blame in situations with players, with trades and things like that. Mostly making a comparison between Kyrie Irving with his situation, that people are giving him grief for all that he's been doing lately. And his comparison was against Andre Drummond, who is basically being set out to be able to be ready to be on the trading block for someone else. So they just want to make sure that he's well preserved. And he basically was saying that management wasn't really getting called out as much as the players were, because the players are slightly more vocal in situations like this. And that's just really not true. I mean, if management's not doing a good job, the news is going to cover it. The players will say it, but the news will take the player's side if there is something really evident about it. I didn't buy into this at all. He's so overrated. I mean, think about it. Andre Drummond's not causing trouble. Kyrie Irving missed 7 games without notifying his coach, and he's just losing positive equity. This is something that Doug Gottlieb said on his show. He doesn't have as much positive equity as other people would think that he has. And so I have to give this rant a no to Draymond Green. Number 4 on the yes side, I'm going to give to Black Coffee. Black Coffee is the only artist so far in 2021, and the one, definitely the best one, that released an album in February. I loved the music. I know that not everyone is really going to buy into it, but I think that if you really pay attention, this album is actually worth a lot more of your attention and admiration than you think. Plus, he gets features from Cassie, Diplo, David Guetta, Usher, and Pharrell Williams, and a bunch of other artists, but those are the ones that I think most people are going to recognize. Definitely check that album out. Sticking with the yeses, I'm going to go with Michael McDowell. I honestly don't really follow NASCAR or any racing situations or organizations of any kind, but you know what? He won the Daytona 500, and it's not just that he won the Daytona 500, it's the fact that it was his first big win. And when he was entering the race, he was ranked number 26. Think of it. That's like being the 7th seed wild card in the NFL winning the Super Bowl. That's essentially what the best comparison is that you can try to make it. It's just like you're really low, but somehow you pull out the ultimate win. All right, going back to the nose, I am sorry to say that I have to put Bruce Springsteen here. He had this really, what was supposed to be unifying commercial at the Super Bowl for Jeep, talking about how we're all unified by the dirt of the country. It was very just silly, insincere, and it's basically saying, like, tell everybody to just deal with all the issues that are going on in the country. Again, this channel is not meant to be political at all, but this is not the way that you try and unify people by just saying, hey, we all live here, so just deal with situations as they are. No, that's not how it works. We unify on principles and values. In addition to just having a bad Super Bowl commercial, he also had a DUI drunk situation behind the wheel, and because of that, Jeep said that they were going to take the commercial down. I don't know if it's been reposted or not at this point, I just know that they took it down. Following that, going into the second no, I'm going to put Cardi B here. She is going to feel my wrath. Almost always. She released this single, Up, which is just another over-sexualized, promiscuous song with no musical value to it whatsoever, with a really cringy, stupid music video. In addition to that, I'm just going to put this as a cherry on top. I did not like her addition in the commercial of Wayne's World. I just thought, this is stupid. Don't have her in that. That's just pathetically lame. Speaking of women that you actually can respect, Gina Carano makes number 2 for the Yes. Gina Carano is just going through, well, she did go through quite a problem right there. I have no idea how she's able to keep her head held high so strongly after being fired from Star Wars. It's not her fault that she's right. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of funny how to put it that way. I guess I'll try to put it this way. She said something that was not offensive and yet still got fired for it. And yet now she's the most popular artist on IMDb, and she's getting a deal with the Daily Wire to be able to produce and, or maybe direct, but also star in her own film. She's going to have control over it. She's going to basically create her own content. Great for her. It really is wonderful. And people try to put you down. She moved forward, stalwart, and she is the strong type of woman that other girls are supposed to look up to. She is great. She's the female entertainer that we should be admiring in our entertainment industry right now. Going into the number 1 no of February, I have to put Kathleen Kennedy. She is the head of Lucasfilm right now. If she was not the one who directly fired Gina Carano in the first place, she definitely was not someone who helped the situation. In addition to that, she did this video for the Oscars while she was talking about women that we should be admiring who were essentially trailblazers for the entertainment industry. Can you just imagine the irony that's going on with that? If you fire someone for illegitimate reasons, you're essentially trying to ruin their lives. And then you go and be a hypocrite while talking about it with other people within the industry. It's just wrong. Plus, in addition to that, while at the very beginning, she actually made a reading slip-up on this video. And the video got so much backlash that they had to disable the like-to-dislike ratio. I'm not sure if they disabled the comments, they might have, but they definitely disabled the like-to-dislike ratio because that video just went boom, the drain, down. It was so bad. And finally, the number 1 Yes entertainer of February 2021 is Tom Brady. Does that surprise anyone? It really shouldn't. It takes first year being with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going into the 55th Super Bowl, being the first team to get home field advantage, and to be able to just go and really shut down the Chiefs. Now, I like Andy Reid. I don't mind Patrick Mahomes. I'm growing to like him more, but wow, Tom Brady just demolished them. Holy fetch, it was crazy. In addition to that, I'm going to mention one more thing about Super Bowl commercials. His commercial with Gronk for T-Mobile. That was pretty funny. I'll give him that. I'm not a T-Mobile guy. I don't like their service, but I'll give him the commercial was hilarious. But wow, Tom just proving everyone wrong. Everyone in the media that was against him. It was so awesome to see them just get crushed. It was so awesome. Beyond that, there we go. So, top no's, Cam Newton, Draymond Green, Bruce Springsteen, Cardi B, Kathleen Kennedy. Your top yeses, Post Malone, Black Coffee, Michael McDowell, Gina Carano, Tom Brady. Now, if you want to engage with me more on social media on promoting people who have yes and no moments, whether they're celebrities or not, anything that's entertainment or creative content out there, follow my social media link right on the screen. You can find the link to my Instagram right there. And yeah, post things for us in the future. This has been the 5 and 5 for February 2021.